Hi, my name's Emma. Let's have a book talk. Today I am going to be reviewing The Testing by Joelle Charbonneau. Let me just start off by saying that I loved this book from page 2. Like, no exaggeration. Like, I'm on page 2 and I'm just like, I'm going to adore this series. And I did. This is like an epic novel of the Hunger Games, the Divergent series, the Maze Runner series. Like, it is ridiculous. It is like the most epic dystopian novel in the entire world. I literally don't think there's like anything I didn't like about it. I just loved the characters, I loved the plot, it was just absolutely phenomenal. For those of you who are extremely uncultured and do not know what the testing is, I'll tell you about it. Basically, this takes place in dystopian America where there has been a 7 stages war where just a bunch of radioactivity has been dropped and bombs and the land is like barren, and it's right after they have like just become stable. So basically it's about this girl named Sia who is from one of the smaller colonies of America, and in all colonies once you graduate from school you can possibly get accepted for the testing. Get it? Like, it's called the testing. So when you're accepted into the testing you go through a series of tests, obviously, and that will determine if you're able to go into university and get like a really good career. So Sia gets accepted into the testing, and the night before she leaves her father tells her that he can't remember anything about the testing, but he gets flashbacks and dreams and nightmares and stuff about things he doesn't think has happened, or at least he can't remember that's happened, but it feels so real. So she goes off not trusting anyone and knowing that something strange is happening in the testing, and the whole story is her going through the testing, and it literally just gets more gruesome and bizarre and just wild and crazy as it goes on. This is a book that I could not put down. I got sad when I couldn't read it. Like, when I had to go to work or school or take a test, I was literally like sobbing. Like, I was really sad that I couldn't read it. I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. I think that everyone should go read it because just the first novel was amazing. I'm halfway through the second book, and then the third one is supposed to be coming today. So yeah, definitely read it. That's it for the non-spoiler section. I really hope you guys pick it up and come watch this review. But that is it for now, so bye non-spoiler people. So let me just start off with Sia. Sia Val has become one of the greatest female protagonists I've ever read about. She's just such a strong character. She's a genius. She's extremely smart. She's very practical when it comes to making choices. Like when she has to choose the 2 personal objects to take into the testing and the 3 objects to take into the 4th stage. She's very perceptive as well. Like when she realizes that the corn cakes are probably poisoned, and the whole thing with Roman, and then checking for traps in the 4th stage. But while she's all these things, she's also very caring and respectful. Like during the 4th stage, she buries the dead candidate that she didn't even know, and she keeps everyone's ID bracelets. I just absolutely love her character. Like, I really do believe she's one of the best female protagonists to be ever written about. So the first stage of the testing really isn't that bad. It's just a series of tests. They're very long tests, they're very hard tests, but they're just tests. I'm assuming that's kind of what they thought the testing would just be, like just extremely hard written tests, but that's not the case. Now let's talk about Rhyme. Rhyme is Sia's roommate, who seems very sweet at first, but by the second day, she's just a total bitch. Rhyme over here with her corn cakes of death. I don't even know how Sia realized that. Like, if I was in that position, I would not have, like, noticed that there were only 9 corn cakes and then she just didn't eat any of them and kept offering them. Like, God, I would have been dead the first day of the testing. No, but she's just such a bitch, and I was kind of surprised when she killed herself because it was just so out of the blue. But she totally deserved it. I kind of expected there to be some suicide in it because I can understand the amount of stress they'd be under, but I didn't really care. Now, the entire second part of the testing is horrible. These were like the practical exams where, you know, they had to like apply their knowledge into real life, and it was just crazy. They had one part where they had to like put poisonous plants in one pile and edible plants in another, and then they had to eat the edible plants. Like, what if you made a mistake? You would die. That's literally it. You would die. And then the whole box thing when Malachi died, that was ridiculous, and I felt really bad for Sia because that was her first experience with death in this whole thing, and that's when she started to realize how terrible the testing really is. Now, for the 3rd stage of the testing, I really didn't think it was that bad until, like, the end. I thought it was very simple. Like, they just had to designate who would answer what questions, and then they just had to answer those questions. But then, Roman decides to kick it up a notch. So, like, the penalty for answering an already answered answer, that was a weird sentence, is that you get, like, I'm assuming you die. So while Sia is waiting for her turn, she realizes that Roman probably answered all of the questions just to eliminate the rest of the competition. You really had to trust your teammates in this, and just the thought, like, I wouldn't have even thought of that. The way that she noticed that his answers were right for the first one and then not right for the last one, like, how do you even pick up on that? I really liked that she didn't trust him, though. Like, she definitely is very, very good at trusting her instincts because they're usually right. But that was just, why would you do that to anyone? Like, I get it, you want a good job, but like, chill out! I really didn't think of the possibility of anyone answering those questions. Like, that's horrible. So let's get on to the 4th stage of the testing. The 4th stage of the testing is just so horrible and frightening and cruel. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. So basically, this whole 4th stage is like they have to go from like a set point to Chicago, and it's a really, really long time, and all the land is infected and contaminated, and like they have like nothing. So they have to find their way to the end, or else they don't make it into the testing, obviously. I just really like the course that Thomas and Sia have. You know, they meet up, which was definitely really smart to think of, and then they find food together, and then they find the bicycles, and I think they did it well. I think that was like the best way to get through that whole 4th stage. I really do like Thomas and Sia's relationship. I think they make such a great team, especially because they're from the same colony. I really like their relationship growth. I think they make a great couple. I think they make a great team because they're more than just like lovers. They're best friends too, and they really look out for each other. I don't know. I just really like them together. I ship them so hard. Thomasia? Siamis? These names aren't shippable. Why do authors do this? I can't ship these. When Sia goes off and Will and Thomas have that fight, and then before Will leaves, or they leave Will, and then Will says like, your boyfriend isn't as good as you think he is, or something along those lines, I'm like, that is foreshadowing, and Thomas is going to screw something up, and I don't like it. I like Thomas's character too much. I don't want flaws in him. I just want to like him. I don't want to have to hate him. There is just so much violence in this part. Like, I wasn't expecting that. One's been impaled, now the other's been stabbed, and the other's been attacked by, like, mutant, human, wolf thingies, and they're now shot, and I was just like, damn! This is brutal! I really like the white-haired man. This is the guy who Sia sometimes sees, and he'll, like, throw food over the fence, and when she finally confronts him, he's like, you don't need to know my name, like, you'll find out eventually, like, I'm against the testing, blah, 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 and I just know he's going to play a bigger part in the next few books. I don't know, I think he's going to be, like, one of the leaders of the rebellion that I can obviously feel coming, and he's so mysterious and, like, a very interesting character, and I'm very, very interested to see what course his character takes. I really hate Will. Him being the boy with the crossbow who was originally shooting Sia, like, as soon as it starts, and then, like, comes into play a couple times, was just ridiculous. Like, I thought Will was such a good person. I thought it was going to be, like, the band of the lunch table, like, they would all get together in the testing and, like, make it through together. But no, Will is just a douchebag. And then he tries to kill Thomas and Sia at the end. Like, what are you doing? You're terrible. So obviously, Sia and Thomas make it to the end of the testing, and yay, life is fun, it's great. No, it's not. They're, like, congratulated for getting to the end, and then they just lose their memories. I was kind of confused with this whole pill and vial thing. Like, I don't remember where Thomas got the pills, and I don't remember what they were for, and I don't remember what the vial that the old man gave to Sia was supposed to do. I think the vial was supposed to, like, cancel out the, like, truth serum. So that kind of worked, but they still lost their memories. I was so torn apart. Like, I can't imagine going through something that traumatic and not being able to remember it. Like they can't remember falling in love. That's horrible. Like, I was so excited. Like, I was like, okay, they're gonna lose their memories, but they're still gonna be in love. Like, love is more powerful than anything. No, they forgot. And they forgot Will's betrayal too, and then they're like friends when they're like all getting ready to go to university, and I'm just like, no, he tried to kill you. I feel like there's another book that I can't actually think of where like the memories get lost and then like you feel the character shift and it makes you so angry. Like, no, remember this person isn't good, this happened, like stop forgetting and just remember it. Like, it pisses you off so much. That was like last like 50 pages or so, maybe it was like only like 20, but oh my god, I was just a mess of emotions. When Will kisses Sia on her cheek, and like, she's like, Will's my partner, I wanted to throw up. Like, I literally wanted to vomit all over this book. Like, no! He tried to kill you! Get it through your head! Book characters make me so angry. But I am very glad that Thomas and Sia did say, like, I love you before the end, and like, they re-got into that whole gist of being in love with each other. Like, that made me very happy. I was like, okay, I think I can deal with this now. I'm just nervous because, like, with sequels, like, there's always one character in the main OTP that just, like, screws off, and I talked about this a lot in my I Hate Sequels video, but, like, I'm, like, terrified for that. Like, they just got back together, like, don't tear it apart again, don't do it. The ending was okay. I mean, I knew that she had to listen to the recording of her telling herself all of the memories before the book ended, so I'm glad that happened. I'm glad, like, the book didn't end with her just forgetting her memories, and that was the first thing to happen in the second book. I'm just so sad that was on her birthday. Like, can you imagine, like, coming home from, like, this perfect day where everyone had this party for you, and then you come home and you're like, my best friend killed me, and my boyfriend killed another friend, and just, no. I forgot to talk about the Thomas and Xandri thing. Oh my god. So when they're in the testing, Thomas and Sia get separated, and then when Sia gets back to him, he has like blood on his knife, and she thinks it's Will, but like she like narrows it down, and she thinks it's Xandri, and that's just horrible. Like Xandri was flirting with him when they were on the skimmer going to the testing, and just why would you kill her? Like, I'm really interested to find out why he actually like injured her at least, because I don't think he would do it without a reason. I don't think he's that type of person. I'm going to be really upset if he is that type of person, but I hope that's something that is approached in the next books, because it's just a major thing. Like, you can't like forget about that. But all in all, I thought this book was just absolutely amazing. I know this is going to be one of the best series that I have read this entire year so far, for all of 2014 and even the next 6 months. The characters are very, very likable or very, very dislikable, and I really, really enjoyed reading this book. Like, I literally laid in bed for like 2 hours after reading it, not even picking up. Like, I have Independent Study on my shelf, but I just didn't want to pick it up. I just wanted the testing to last forever. But yeah, this is a phenomenal book. If you guys liked this review and you'd like to see me do an Independent Study and Graduation Day review, I will definitely do it. I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. That's why I put it in my unknown book recommendations for 2014 video. So I don't know if you guys are going to like that, but if you want to see it, I'll put one up, because I have so much to say about these books. I love these books. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go see if Graduation Day is here yet, so I'll see you guys soon for a new video. Bye!